Namaste and welcome to Alpha Mind Power. I am going to speak today about our next online class which is coming up, and the name of the class is Kundalini Mahashakthi. So what is so great about Kundalini Mahashakthi? This is a name which has a lot of mystery surrounding it. Many people are afraid of Kundalini meditation. Many people just keep away from it. But many people enjoy the bliss of Kundalini meditation. Why this fear? Why this mystery? What is Kundalini Shakti? And how do you do Kundalini meditation safely? These are all the questions that may come up in your mind. Kundalini Shakti is a very powerful energy. We call it the female energy, the Shakti, which resides at the Muladhara chakra level, at the base of the spine. And when we activate this energy, it is normally dormant for everybody. Everybody has this energy, but it remains dormant until it is awakened. So that is done by an initiation. Sometimes it happens on its own also with meditation practices. And once it is awakened, then it rises through the Sushumna Nadi, comes up to the Sahasrara chakra, and there we say it unites with the male energy, which we call Shiva. So when Shakti and Shiva unite, you can imagine how a person would feel. It's a bliss. It is Ananda. In Tamil we call it Peranandam. So that's a kind of supreme bliss. And once you experience that, it is very different. Life becomes different because you experience such a beautiful bliss. Every time you meditate, you can do it. And another question which comes up is, what is the benefit of practicing Kundalini meditation? It is like you study from first standard, second standard, third standard, you keep moving on. But if you meet anyone, they will say, what is the degree you have studied? What have you completed? Have you completed your degree, your post-graduation? So Kundalini meditation, when we talk about it, it's like you're graduating. Otherwise, you're meditating, yes, you're experiencing good energy. But once you do Kundalini meditation, then it's a different energy altogether. And if you think about it, all our Siddhas, all those who we call Mahans, who have reached a very high level of evolution, saints, etc., they have practiced Kundalini meditation. Particularly Siddhas, who had so many powers. It was only through Kundalini meditation that they could reach such heights. Maybe we do not want to do such things like walking on water or walking in the air or, bringing things alive in your hand. Maybe we don't want all those things to happen. We don't want to do all that. That's fine. But what can we do with Kundalini Shakti? Once we awaken it, one is you experience the bliss of the meditation. Second is your energy level becomes so high that your manifesting powers become very high, because manifesting with meditation is visualizing in a meditative state. With alpha level, you can visualize and achieve many things, and many of our other meditations, they take you to a much deeper level, so the energy becomes more and you can visualize your goals and achieve them easily. But with Kundalini, it's like 100 watts bulb becoming 1000 watts bulb. Your energy level becomes so high. And at that level of energy, when you visualize your goals, imagine how powerful that would be. That is why I say you can attract money with Kundalini meditation, mainly because the Kundalini Shakti resides at the Muladhara chakra level. So when we activate the Kundalini Shakti, the Muladhara chakra definitely gets activated. And that makes you attract a lot of prosperity, attract a lot of money, and that makes you more successful, because it gives you that little aggressiveness that you need to move towards success. But at the same time, when the Kundalini reaches the Sahasrara, then you experience absolute peace, absolute bliss. And that is the samadhi state which our Siddhas used to enjoy for days together. We can probably get a glimpse of it when we practice Kundalini meditation. So that is how you can use the energy of Kundalini meditation for manifesting your goals, or simply to feel the bliss and to be at a very peaceful state of mind. Now, there are many other questions which are associated with this meditation. Can everyone feel Kundalini rising? I would say yes, everybody can feel it, but the perception level also matters. Some people are very perceptive, very sensitive. So when it rises, they feel it in the body. They realize that yes, my Kundalini has risen. Some people may not be that perceptive. There's nothing wrong with them. It's just how a person is. So the sensitiveness towards energy may be a little bit low with some people, but still you will feel it because your breath will change. And in my classes, I have seen that every single person feels it in some way or the other. And another question associated with Kundalini meditation, very often which people ask me is, we have seen some videos, we have heard people telling us that when you practice Kundalini meditation, you become violent, you move like a snake, you do this, you do that, your body moves in different weird ways, so we don't want to do all that. Now let me tell you, an initiation by a guru happens in the way the guru wants it to happen. So if the guru wants you to experience it violently, then it will happen. But I never want that. In all my classes, different energies we have experienced, and all of them happen in a very peaceful, powerful manner, in a subtle manner, which you can absorb and enjoy. That is my way of looking at things. So Kundalini Shakti also, it can be awakened in a very beautiful way. Definitely there is a little movement in the body, breathing becomes faster, you experience the energy, you experience a flash of light on the Sahasrara chakra, you experience the energy on your face, all that will happen. But violent movements will never be there. I do not give that kind of initiation, so we experience it within ourselves, you integrate that energy, you feel it rising within you. And then I will tell you also how to integrate it with your other meditations. Kundalini meditation is a bliss which every person should enjoy, because that is your own Shakti, your own energy which is residing within you, awaiting to be awakened. So go ahead, join our class. It's an online class. You can join from anywhere. It is in English this time. So awaken the Kundalini Shakti within you in the best possible way, which is with quiet, peace, and at the same time the awareness that the energy is slowly climbing up to the Sahasrara chakra and feeling that blast there. All this gives you such a big satisfaction, and it transforms your inner energy in a very different way, in a very beautiful, very powerful manner. And I always say, once you have tasted the bliss of Kundalini meditation, life is completely different, because you become mature suddenly. There's a leap of spiritual growth, I would say. Spiritual growth happens as we meditate over a period of months, years, etc. But with Kundalini awakening, it's like in a big leap, you move forward and you feel life is much better, you start enjoying life. Now the last and one final question I will answer. Two questions actually. One is whether women can learn Kundalini meditation, whether they can practice this during their menstrual cycle. Yes, they can. It's only a question of convenience. During the periods or menstrual cycle, if the woman is feeling uncomfortable physically, there's no need to practice this meditation. You can do one of our little more simpler meditations and take a little bit of rest. So the body needs a little rest at that time. So but otherwise there's nothing wrong. A woman can practice this at any point of time. And the one last final question is, many people have this fear. If I practice Kundalini meditation, will I go towards sannyas? Will I become a sannyasi? Will I relinquish or renounce everything that I have in life? What will happen to my family? Let me tell you, Kundalini energy, when you awaken it, of course your energy level becomes very high. But after that, what you do with that energy is your own choice. If you really want to become a sannyasi, then even without Kundalini meditation, you will move towards that goal. But if that is not there in your mind, and I do not advocate it at all, my principle is, when you practice meditation, you grow spiritually, you also grow materialistically, enjoy both in life and have a very fulfilling life. So with Kundalini meditation, your awareness, your consciousness level becomes very high, and then you focus on what you want in life. And you will be able to achieve it easily. You will see your life changing in a better way, and you will never move towards sannyas. That will never happen. So you do not have to have any such fear in your mind. Enjoy the meditation, experience the bliss of Kundalini Mahashakthi.